This is the Keurig Elite coffee machine review. We're going to talk about the pros and the cons of this coffee machine. We're going to go over some of the features, and we're going to go over this ice button, this infamous ice button. What does it do? So let's begin with the Keurig Elite review. So my review is going to be based on the experiences with this machine in an office environment where we have about 5 people in this office. We previously had another Keurig machine and we replaced it with the Keurig Elite, and I'm going to share my experiences on a daily basis in an office environment. The first thing we're going to talk about is the reservoir. This reservoir holds about 80 ounces of water or 8 cups of coffee. So depending on the office size, you can fill this reservoir and 8 people should have a hot cup of coffee without you having to refill it. It does have a removable metal drip tray which allows you to use larger cups, such as a coffee tumbler. To brew the coffee, it's essentially like all Keurig machines. You lift up the handle and you put your pod. The Keurig Elite operates the same way as any other Keurig machine, and it still makes that same Keurig sound. This machine is programmable and allows for various features. So you can go ahead and set a wake up time so the machine is nice and warm for you in the morning, and also an idle time for the machine to go off when it's not being used. It does allow you to change the internal temperature. By default, it's set to 192 degrees, but that's changeable. So it does allow you to dispense just hot water, and it does have a strong button and an ice button. At first, I was very confused on what this ice button did. So it does tell you, for iced beverages, fill a 16-ounce plastic tumbler with ice. Insert any K-cup pod and press the ice button. Now, I was very confused what the ice button did because you have to brew coffee and the coffee has to be hot. And I know the strong means strong coffee. So when you press the ice button, it does brew hot coffee. But what happens is it brews less than your regular cup of coffee. So there's less coffee, it's more concentrated. And the thinking is when you make the iced coffee, it's not going to be diluted by the ice. So that's the thinking behind Keurig Elite's ice button. And if you press the strong button, it essentially makes a strong coffee, but it's just more of it. And the thinking is that if you add less water but you concentrate it more, that it won't be as diluted when you add the ice. I think it's more of a gimmicky thing. You could probably get away with the strong button and make the iced coffee just the same, but they're really pushing this ice button as a selling point for the Keurig Elite. So here you can see how much it brews, and really it's not that much, but it should be much more concentrated than the strong button, I'm assuming. I mean, I can't really tell the difference, but that's what it's supposed to be doing. The ice button makes less coffee more concentrated. And here I'm going to show you on a regular cup just how much coffee it dispenses once you hit that ice button. Again, the drip tray is metal. I'm not really sure why. I think this is the only metal part on the machine as far as on the outside. And here we're going to get a better look of how much coffee it dispenses once you hit that ice button. It does look like it's more concentrated. You can see on the coffee coming out, it's darker. And while this is brewing, I can say that I believe this ice button is more of a gimmicky thing by Keurig, more of a marketing thing. I don't know if it's needed, and I don't know how much more of an advantage you get to your iced coffee versus just using the strong button, which is what I would do. But it's there. I also don't think that's going to be a feature that many people are going to use, especially in an office environment. And even at home, it's kind of a pain to make this iced coffee at home. So you can see there's a good color to the iced coffee. It is a little bit more concentrated, like I said. So when you put the milk in there along with the ice, you still get a nice coffee color to it. So while the Keurig machine is nice and convenient, it leads me to the other issue with the Keurig machines. When you're done, you have to throw these pods out, and the amount of plastic on these things is ridiculous. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If you go to my channel, I do have the Hamilton 1 scoop, and it's an alternative to this machine, and you won't be throwing all those K-cups out. One thing that I noticed with this Keurig Elite machine is that it makes a hot cup of coffee really quick. It warms up quick, and the coffee comes out really hot. It's a lot hotter and a lot quicker than the previous Keurig that we had. So that's one positive about this machine. You get a fast hot cup of coffee, and to me that's the biggest positive about this machine, and it's worth upgrading from an old Keurig machine. You'll find that it's a lot faster when it comes to brewing time, and the temperature again is a lot warmer. On the negative side, you have those K-cups that you have to throw out. That's always an environmental issue, and if you're concerned about that, it doesn't make you feel good that you're enjoying your cup of coffee while you're polluting the environment. Unfortunately, that's one of the prices of convenience. It does have this plastic waste, but check out the machine that I have here, the Hamilton 1 Scoop. It fits for you at home. It makes a great cup of coffee without using those K-cups, and I'll leave links to the Hamilton and the Keurig machine down in the description. But overall, if your Keurig machine is old and it's time for an upgrade, the Keurig Elite will be a great upgrade, as it does make hot and fast coffee. So this is the review of the Keurig Elite. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, comment, and we'll see you on the next one.